My name is Bami Obasanya and I'm the CEO of Bliss Childcare Academy and Agency. I've been a childcare specialist for over 40 years, and the experience was gained from living and working in the UK. I'm a child educator, a trained and experienced social worker, a trainer, a facilitator, and a children's counselor. I relocated back to Nigeria with my daughter in 2004, and I lived in Nigeria at that period for a period of 5 years. And during that time, I started to observe that there were particular needs for families with young children to get appropriate and professional childcare carers to look after their children, and the situation where children are just left with anyone was not a good place, did not sit well with me at that period. So it got me thinking into how things are done in other countries, and I started to think, and that's how the idea of Bliss Childcare was born. During that period, I also was involved in a project where a young child lost his life due to a child carer giving the child an inappropriate sort of medication that actually resulted in the child's life. So after that, I thought something needs to be done to make sure people are properly trained to a professional standard, and they want to be child carers and they are not made to be child carers like the situation is for most families. This child care's role is to provide professionally trained, experienced child carers in the form of nannies and governesses. Our nannies mainly look after children from 0 to 12 years, where they are able to meet their needs in all areas, either through caring for them alongside whether sole charge, which means that they have the children solely, or they could do it in conjunction with the parents. But they will meet all your children's daily needs, take it to school, accompany to school, doing all the things, caring, and all the chores in the house will be mainly to do with the children. Then we also have the people we refer to as governesses. These are going to be people who are educated, so they could study at university, any discipline, but the same thing still applies. They must be interested in young children. They must be willing to work, especially with teenagers, because these people are going to be caring for children from 13 to 16-year-olds. Being their body, going to outings with them, also helping them with homework, doing all things, just supporting them because they're closer in age to them than their parents, and befriending them in a way that they can give them advice and support as they grow up. The nannies are trained full-time for 4 weeks, and during this process they will be coming to our office at 7100 Yard Crescent, where they will receive ongoing training in practical and theoretical based lectures that will be useful for them and necessary for them to do a good job, because the agency is preparing them to become professionals. Part of their role is also to get to know how children work and what is the best way for children to develop all-round ways. So they'll be able to meet their physical, their emotional, and their developmental needs. So the agency, Bliss Childcare Agency, is fed by the academy. That means after the people are trained, then Bliss Childcare will help these individuals to secure a job with appropriate families in Lagos and its environs. Bliss Childcare also are training what is termed existing nannies. These are nannies that are already in your employ, who are already looking after your children, but you feel they can do better if they understand the needs of your children more. So these nannies can be sent to the academy to be trained, and they can be supported through us, or they can continue to work for you, whichever the parents prefer. With this support, we also offer ongoing training for the already trained nannies. So if there's areas in their work which you felt they could do with a bit more, you can send them back to the agency, and we're more than happy to train them in those specific areas. So on the whole, the mark of Bliss Childcare is to train women to a high professional standards. So that is our motto. It must be for professional nannies of distinction. So we want to be able to meet the childcare needs of the children in an all-rounded way. And inquiries, please call us on the following numbers, or visit us at 71 Odejai Crescent, Moshalashi Bus Stop, Surulere, Lagos, or on any of our listed social platforms. Thank you.